Welcome to today's webinar in Health and Social Care courses at Global Banking School. Global Banking School, which we'll often refer to as GBS in tonight's presentation. I'm John Lestourgeon. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager at GBS, as well as your webinar host for today. And here's what you can expect from today's webinar. Next slide. So, first of all, we'll start the webinar with a quick introduction to GBS. So I'll tell you a little bit about our history and why you should choose us as a place to study your degree. Then I'll hand you over to my colleague, Ismini, who's an academic here today, and she'll tell you a little bit more about what it's like to study health and social care courses at GBS. Ignore the fact it says construction management. I assure you, you're at a health and social care courses webinar. And then after Ismini has given you an update on the courses we have to offer for health and social care, she'll also give you a brief overview about the application process at GBS. So even if whether you've applied or whether you haven't applied yet, there's some useful information there for you about how to apply for a degree at GBS. Then we'll go on to the student finance section. I'll give you an overview of how student finance works. And what I need to emphasize is that what we're doing here is giving you a detailed overview of the process. But if you are actually interested in applying in student finance to study your course, you'll of course have to apply directly to Student Finance England yourself. But this should hopefully answer some of your questions and tell you a bit more about how student financing for your course works. And then we'll move away from the traditional PowerPoint presentation format, and I'll have a Q&A with somebody who actually studies at GBS. So we'll have an no-filtered Q&A where I'll ask questions to our health and social care student, Nazia, who'll tell us a bit more about what it's like to study at GBS, what she likes about it, what she may not like, etc. And hopefully you enjoy that session. And then when we question Nazia and we've got all the information she needs to give us, we'll hand it over to you. You have the opportunity tonight to ask questions throughout the webinar. So what you need to do is, if you have any questions, type them into the little question box, which is a little speech box with a question mark in it. Type your questions in there, type in as few or as many as you'd like, and what we'll do is once the presenters have all finished speaking, we'll answer your questions one by one. So that's my introduction. Now let me tell you a little bit about GBS and who we are. Next slide, please. So GBS, we were founded in 2010, so we're nearly 15 years old. We are a specialist in delivering undergraduate and postgraduate courses in these particular subject areas: finance, construction, accounting, business, tourism, and of course, health and care. We also work with a number of university partners to deliver these courses. So we work with these universities who help shape the curriculum that you'll end up learning, but all your content is delivered at a GBS campus, which we have located throughout the country in London, Birmingham, Manchester, and Leeds. So some of the prestigious university partners we work with include the likes of Berks University, Canterbury Christ Church University, Oxford Brookes, and the University of Suffolk, as well as Pearson, who are one of our big partners as well. So we work with prestigious partners to ensure that you're getting a quality, modern curriculum in your education. Next slide, please. Of course, I just told you about our history, but why should you consider GBS? Well, we're not just, any old training provider, to put it mildly. We are one that are very proud of some of the records we have. And one key record is our students really rate us. How do we prove that? A key way in which students rate a higher educational institution is the NSS scores. This is where they fill out a survey to the independent National Student Survey organization, and they will anonymously feedback what it's like to actually study at that particular institution. And for the 5th year running, I'm very, very proud to say that GBS students, our students, have delivered an overwhelmingly positive verdict in the latest NSS survey, which of course is the 2024 survey, with over 90% of our students actually saying that the teaching they get on the course is really, really value to them. And that's quite important because teaching is very important. And of course, we are very proud that our students say that they rate the teaching they actually receive from us. We also like to hold up a couple of trophies we won. We received a bronze award in the recent Teaching Excellence Framework ratings, with our student outcomes being judged as quality, but our student experience being judged as very high quality in all areas. So it's something that we're very proud of. We're quite highly endorsed by students. But, industry recognizes us too. So we have the Education Awards, who have awarded us the Higher Education Provider of the Year, not once, but twice, in 2 different regions. So in 2023, we won the Higher Education Provider of the Year for Manchester, and in 2024, we won it for Birmingham. So there we go. 2 of the 4 cities we serve in, just 2 more to go. So you can see a few of our ratings there. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to my introduction. And I think you've heard enough from me. Let's pass you over to somebody a bit more learned and our academic. Ismini, over to you.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for the chance, for the opportunity to share my experience and to share our courses to all the participants. I'm so glad that I'm here, and I would love to answer all the questions and to share with you our courses. Next slide, please. Thank you. Global Banking School, you can study here, you can study with us. We have four different campuses. We have campuses in London, Birmingham, Manchester, and Leeds. We offer high national diplomas and undergraduate degrees, and we provide the best quality of studies through national diplomas, higher national diplomas in business, constructions, digital technologies, healthcare practices for England, and undergraduate degrees through global business and accounting, financial management, business and tourism management, health and social care with foundation year in health and care, and health, well-being and social care with foundation year. I would love and I would like to share with you information on the field of health, well-being and social care, as I'm a lecturer in health, well-being and social care on that course. Higher National Diplomas in Healthcare Practice for England will take, all the studies will take 2 years, and they start during January and September. Awarded institution is Pearson Education. Awarded qualification that you can have, it's Higher National Diplomas in Healthcare Practice for England. You can take all these courses and you can participate during the weekdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. The locations of the program: London, Birmingham campus, Manchester, and Leeds. Regarding the entry, that the requirement, the education, the level of your education, the level of your English plays a huge role if you would like to express the interest. English proficiency. You need to participate on an interview. You will share your goals, you will share your qualifications and your English level during the interview. Your dreams, your goals, that would be lovely if you could share your goals and your expectations from the program. Also, you can complete the application, but please remember you need to be over 21st years old. What type of careers can you aim for? Well, this is very interesting, as you can follow healthcare management careers, care home manager. You can be a care home manager, and after your qualifications to NMC, Nursing and Midwifery Council, or your registration on a specific professional council, you can practice your clinical knowledge or your technical knowledge in the field of health and social care. Next slide, please. Through the basic science degree in health, well-being and social care, level 6, you will study basic theories and you will study research. You will study health and social care policies and strategies. The program takes place in London, Birmingham campus, Manchester, and Leeds. You can express your interest and you can participate during September or January or June. The duration of the program is 1 year. It's a year, and the awarded degree is regarding well-being and social care, level 6, direct entry route. Awarded qualifications includes well-being and social care, level 6, with direct entry route. You will have your graduation after completing the program, and you can start to have your qualifications and you can start your career. Delivery, it's during the weekdays, evenings, or during the weekends. If you would like to participate on that course and to join the course, please remember that you must have completed successfully all the processes at GBS in healthcare practice for England. The course includes the following core modules: leadership, difficulties families with therapeutic interventions, mental health policies and strategies, recovery across the life course, and independent projects that you will discuss with your lecturers in the class. Next slide, please. Regarding the degree from Health, Wellbeing and Social Care program with foundation year, please remember that the program will start during September or January or during June. The duration of the program is 4 years, 1 for the foundation year and 3 for level 4, 5 and 6. Awarded institution is the Oxford Brookes University. We have the best partnership, and the awarded degree is regarding the health, well-being and social care with the foundation year. Please remember the campuses that you can study are in London, Birmingham, Manchester or Leeds. If you would like to express the interest, complete the application form. We can supervise your participation, your application. We can help. The staff of GBS can support you on that field. Also, you need to express your interest by sending your essay. That will be 1,000 words essay, and you will share your expectations and your goals from that program. Also, we will have an interview with you and we will ask you to share with us your goals and your dreams, your expectations about your career, future health professional career. English language certificate, please bring and share with our staff your English language certificate. Functional skills level 2 will be acceptable. The course includes the following core modules, 6 modules about academic writing skills for success, number 1, academic writing skills for success, number 2, introduction in health and social care, professional foundations of health and social care, mental health and recovery health programs across the life course. Also, we will discuss about care, compassion, and communication, as there are so crucial factors when we provide health and social care. Next, please. Next slide, please. The application process includes the steps The first step, you need to visit the website of globalbanking.ac.uk. Please choose the course that you would like to express the interest and complete the form. Apply online for the course that you really love to participate. Your application is assessed by GBS UK. Please remember to bring with you any relevant qualifications or documents that you think that will help us to understand better and deeper your goals and your interest. Please remember to don't forget to ask if you have any worries, any questions. Please feel free and share with our staff. We are more than happy to help you and to support you to express the interest and to complete your form. Don't forget that it's so important to stay in contact with us, so you will have the results of your application. If it's successful, your application, GPS will make you an offer to study on the course that you love to participate.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ismini, for that presentation. So I hope our guests today found that useful. And just a gentle reminder, if you have any questions for Ismini, Nazia, or even myself, type them into the questions box in the chat there, and we will answer them for you after this presentation. So I'll now talk a little bit about student finance. Now, the key thing I need to start off before I start presenting is that we are here to advise you about student finance, but essentially you'd have to make the application yourself for it. Now, what is student finance? So what it is you may be able even to borrow money from the UK government to help pay for your tuition fees and also help with your living costs while you're studying at our university. So the funding options available are tuition fee loans. These loans are not income assessed and are used to pay for your UK-based university tuition fees. That's what those fees are for. Okay, so if you take out a tuition fee loan, you can only use that towards paying for the fees of your course. Okay, the second loan is a maintenance loan. Now, a maintenance loan is partly income assessed and can be used to help with the cost of living. Now, what that essentially means is they will look at how much you earn, and if you do need a bit of money to, maintain your lifestyle while you are studying, that's what a maintenance loan can help with. There are also other supplementary grants. These grants are linked to students with specific personal circumstances, personal needs, and there's various loans out there that can potentially support you if you do need that additional support. What I will advise is you visit the link which is highlighted in yellow there. That's gov.uk/student finance. And what that link will show you, all the types of support that's available for you. So I'll ask you a bunch of kind of eligibility questions. You answer them, and then it'll tell you all about the kind of loan opportunities that may be out there for you. But let's talk a bit more about how the loan system works. So next slide, please. Now, SLC, that stands for the Student Loans Company, if you haven't figured out already by looking at that logo. So the SLC calculates your student loan in terms of the length of the current course you want to study plus 1 year, but it may also minus years of previous study. So if you've taken out a loan in the past, it may minus that as well. Now, please be advised that if you do apply for student finance, uh, one student finance payment counts as a year of study, okay? We don't advise as well that you use the maintenance loan if you've taken that out to fund your course fees. You should use this, the tuition fee loan to pay for your studies. Now, also please note, again, we advise you with student finance, but you have to contact the Student Loans Company or Student Finance England if you have any questions about the loan, how it works, when you'll get it, anything related to your exact application to the loan, you have to contact Student Finance directly yourself. So effectively, to determine whether you're eligible or not, again, that link earlier will provide you much more detail than I am on this slide. But key things to look at is, the university or college where you're studying, any previous study you've done, particularly that where you've had to take out a loan, as well as your nationality residency status. So what that means is students who are eligible for full support via tuition fee loans or even maintenance loans, they have to be a UK national or an Irish citizen, or have settled status, which is no restrictions on how long you can stay in the UK. So you have the right to live in the UK essentially. You normally live in England. Uh, Essentially, what that means is you've been living in the UK, the Channel Isles, or the Isle of Man for 3 years in a row before the first day of the academic year. Of course, they'll take into account if you went on a couple of weeks holiday somewhere. That's not a problem. But if you have been out the country for a substantial period of time, and I don't want to kind of quote that duration, but I imagine it's months, then they will consider that factor before as part of your eligibility in terms of how long you've been a resident of the UK. So the UK entry date is quite crucial, and we like to emphasize that. Okay, so some visa statuses do require students to be living in the UK for at least 3 years before the start of the academic year, and it's very firm. There's no negotiation on that. So just be aware of that. And also, students with pre-settled status, if you want to receive both the tuition fee loan and the maintenance loan, you must prove that you've been working for at least 3 years. Otherwise, you may only be entitled to the tuition fee loan. Okay, it's part of that income assessment, which I mentioned earlier. To assess that income, they need to obviously see what your current income status is, e.g., how much you're earning. And of course, how do you prove that eligibility? Goodness, if I have to go through all the various passport, driving license, and other forms of paperwork that exist, I could do a whole presentation on that alone. So what I would recommend doing is have a look at that link, which is highlighted in yellow. If you go to that link, you'll see all the eligible permits that are accepted when you're making an application for either a tuition fee loan or a maintenance loan. But that's enough for me. If you have applied for a course at GBS, or you actually want to speak to one of our colleagues to find out a little bit more advice about the tuition fee loan or the maintenance loan, please visit our website. There's a number of ways you can contact us, such as a phone number or even emailing us. And then one of my colleagues will, of course, be able to give you a bit more advice to help you with your application. So that's my slide done about student funding and eligibility. If you just move on to the next section, please. So, bit of a fun part. We got a little fun exercise in play for you here. We're gonna now look at what student life is really like at GBS. You know, no filter, hopefully, and what a true experience is. But while I do this, again, just a gentle reminder: any questions for either our academic, our student speaker, or even myself, please type them into the question box. That's a little kind of a speech bubble with a question mark in it, and we will, of course, read them out after the presentation. So, right, Nazia, please, would you mind unmuting yourself?
Yeah. Hi, good evening. I'm Nazia and I'm studying my second year HND healthcare management level 5. And I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nazia. I promise you we won't make them too difficult. Okay, so let's ask you the first question, the most basic one, I suppose. Why did you choose to study at GBS?
Uh, well, well, First of all, just want to break the ice. I am from Leeds. I was born here. Yeah, just the ice breaking point. But obviously, it provides higher education, and yeah, that's one of the reasons I. And obviously, yes, it made me realize it changed my life on a personal and a professional level, and it made me realize my ambitions, my dreams. My ambitions and my dreams and my career. That's one of the reasons I chose GPS.
Lovely, thank you very much. Okay, so Nazia, you're a healthcare student. Can you tell us a bit more about your course, why you chose to study that particular discipline?
Yeah, because I believe that I want to make, as we all know, what is the condition of NHS today, and obviously, that's the reason that I've chosen to study healthcare management, and this makes me believe I could make a difference in the healthcare industry. And and another reason I would love to do something for the cancer patients.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Nazia. So, have you done any work experience as part of your course, or is there any particular healthcare organization you'd really like to work in when you complete your course?
Yeah, currently I am working as a support worker for the learning disabilities. But obviously, yes, that's not my goal, obviously, as of now. But obviously, when I graduate, yes, I am looking forward to apply for a role in the cancer field where I would like to work for the cancer patients. And obviously, yes, in my assignments where I undertook research projects currently in my last assignment where I did a professional discussion with my lecturer where I did some research and I found out that how BioNTech company is developing some immunotherapies, uh, like it's going to be providing immunotherapies, like it's formed a strategic partnership with the UK government. So obviously that makes me just feel that yes, there's a lot we can do for the cancer patients.
Thank you very much, Nazia. So, right, I think we've given you enough subject-based questions. Let's ask you a bit about your campus life and your university life. So, what's the campus like where you study, Nazia?
It's inclusive. It's really inclusive. Like as I did my research, it's like it involves it represents 87 countries, and like it's like it involves 18 to 65 year olds. Yeah, so so that's what I believe. It's an inclusive culture here at GBS.
Fantastic. So you have more kind of students like you that you can relate to, I suppose, on the campus, right?
Yes, many of the tribes, and obviously the most fun part is that I am from Africa, and I came just to UK like 9 years ago, so I have met a lot of African students. So yeah, this has made me
That's
just
good.
made a great connection. Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. Thank you for mentioning our diversity. We do have, goodness, a student group that's represented by over 80 nationalities at my last count. So it's quite a diverse student body we're proud of at GBS. Okay, so tell us about maybe other things that you take advantage of outside your studies. For example, we have a well-being and mental health department. We have a careers department. Of course, we have library facilities, canteen facilities. Tell us about some of the things that you use regularly as being a student at GBS.
Yes, outside my studies, I have been doing a lot of things. Obviously, I'm here at the Leeds Wellington campus, but obviously, in there's not a library yet here. But obviously, we can access the library online through EBSCO and HN Global. But obviously, there's a great library, the Great George Street, and it's got all the subjects. And I've always loved to borrow books because that's really, and I've always done well in my assignments through the books. But obviously, more than that, I have done my employability awards, and I have won my and up to here I've achieved my gold award. So I'm looking forward to my platinum award. And yes, I've always showed an interest speaking to my career service. I mean, the people who work at career service. I've just currently started working on LinkedIn, and yes, and I'm very happy to be a part of. I'm very happy to use LinkedIn because that's just helped me realize how I can apply to jobs which I love. So that's the things I have done outside GBS, outside my studies.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Nazi. I'm glad to get your enthusiasm for today, and hopefully our visitors have enjoyed what you've had to say about your experience of studying at GBS. So we'll give you a break now, and we'll just come to the final concluding part of our presentation. So this is next slide, please. And a bit of drum roll too. So we have our student Q&A. So again, as I've been constantly reminding you throughout the evening, please type in any questions you have for any of our speakers today into the questions box. And of course, this is the opportunity to get them answered. So if you just bear with me now, I'm just going to have a quick look and see what kind of questions have been coming in. Okay, so I have a little question here. I think this is for Ismini, our academic. So Ismini, tell us about a kind of practical exercise that you've done on the course that's been really beneficial for students.
Yes, during our courses, we use a lot of activities, so the students have the chance to participate independently or in groups on activities, reading activities, video activities, and all together they can share their knowledge, their experience, and all the new topics and terms that we discuss in class. That's so important. I'm really glad because Nasia emphasized on the part of research that is so important on the field of health and social care. And uh, that's a huge relief for us when our students are so passionate like Nasia. Yes, we provide the best quality of studies because the students are not just parts of a process, but they are in the heart of the education system of our policies and of GBS. This is the most important for us. Our priority is our student to feel happy and to enjoy their studies. This is our priority to GPS, John, and I mean it. We are here and we are more than happy to support our students by providing one-to-one courses, one-to-one support, face-to-face, online support. The library, we have amazing staff in the library, so it's important to emphasize and to invest on our students' future.
Thank you very much. Very, very lovely words there, Ishmini. I think you're completely right. Collaborative learning experience between the academics and the students is the best experience, I feel,
And
it
John,
shows.
excuse me. Yes, John, excuse me to disturb you. Don't forget that we had an amazing graduation this year with our students, and it was so nice. I was so, oh my God, my gosh, so I felt so nice because all of our students will be the future health professional, the future researcher, John. They will bring something new in the society. They won't be just parts of a system or just parts of a city. They will go back in their countries. They will share their knowledge. They will provide their best knowledge to improve their quality of life. And this is so important, isn't it?
Thank you. Of course it is, Ashmini. It's very important. I'll just touch on a couple of points you said there. Thank you for mentioning the graduation ceremony. So clearly enjoyed it. But I would say if any of our audience here wants to see the graduation ceremony for themselves, we've shared the video on YouTube, so you can see the whole ceremony there. Lots of very nice speakers, a lot of very happy students. It's a riveting watch. So if you get a few minutes, why not go on YouTube and check out our graduation ceremony video from earlier this summer. And yes, of course, like you mentioned, the students that you are producing, it's very important that the people that we're educating at GBS are not just here to get a degree and that's it. They're here to degree, go to the industry, and make a big difference in the industry as well. So that's very important. And I'm glad to see that, that's what you're aiming towards, Ishmini, along with our students there. So I have a quick question for you, Nazia. So a little question, you may have to unmute yourself. So I just want to ask, somebody wanted to ask, should I say, what has been one of the most memorable lessons that you've been in?
Memorable lessons. Yeah, as Ismini also was talking about research project, I must tell you that was the most challenging, but yet, but when I just got my grades, when I got a merit in research project, I was so happy. But obviously not because of that, because when I realized when I work in the cancer field, I know this will really help me there. So research project. I know that for all us students, when we were when we were undergoing this research project, we were all stressful because it's really too much work to do. But yes, it was very rewarding and challenging. So I would really say to any student, a research project is always the best thing they can do in their life. It really happens. It really opens a lot of doors.
We
And
love research. Yes,
We love
yes.
research, yes. It's
Yes.
brilliant because the
We
research
love
project comes right
research.
at the end of your course or like a dissertation, and it's a great opportunity to put everything you learned, but also produce some new bit of knowledge out there, cover an angle on something no one's ever done before. So that's always very exciting where you're putting a bit back into your discipline, your area your industry that you're proud about. So that's very interesting. Thank you, Nazia. Really good question. So I would say this one's probably a bit more for you, Ishmini, but of course, Nazia, you can pipe in with a few suggestions. So people have asked what kind of typical careers do any people doing the healthcare course generally go on to?
Yes, there are so
Uh,
many specialties and so many specializations on that field of health and social care. From social workers, they can continue their studies and being staff nurses, social workers, health professionals, community staff nurses, community social workers. Involve themselves in the community or in the hospitals or health services or health centers. It depends how they would like to continue regarding their studies, their career. And just a, uh, just a comment here, John. Sometimes we start to complete our studies, we graduate, and in the middle of our job pathway, we realize that, hmm, shall I continue on the next level? Because I really enjoy the research, I really enjoy studies, GPS. Shall I continue studying a master degree or PhD? So in parallel with their jobs, which will be in the hospital or in the health center or in the community health services, our students can continue on to the next level and have their registrations in their council, the regulatory and the job councils, because it's important to have your registration as a staff nurse or as a social worker or as an occupational therapist. Depends how would you like to continue the next step.
Fantastic, thank you. Nazi, anything to add in terms of careers? I know you obviously have a career you're going into, but what about some of your classmates? What type of careers do you think they'll go into?
um, I just believe students can go for like any careers, like for example, like right now I'm studying healthcare, sorry, project management, and I believe maybe some people who graduate this year, they would like to study in I mean, they would like to become project managers. So I just believe there are so many areas, like my some people want to go for health nursing, and some people like myself, I believe that cancer is where I want to work. So I just believe it's just a student's passion, that where he finds his heart. But I just believe, just like Ismini said, it's just like there are many fields, but it's just where, you just have to find your own way, that how do you want to go there. um yeah, I think, yeah, I think I've answered the question.
That's
Depression, anxiety, depression, anxiety, Parkinson's disease, and don't
Yeah.
forget all this
memory.
Alzheimer disease, Lewy body, dementia.
Yeah.
Very, very full of challenging. It's a pathway full of challenges and full of research.
Yeah, it's me. Thank you. I've learned a lot from you, and I'm going to pass this to my students. Thank you.
But challenges are great, but of course, when you complete a challenge, it's rewarding, isn't it? So it is a rewarding challenge. That's what I like to say about working in the healthcare sector, definitely. And I mean, Ishmini said, there's many different kind of, for want of a better word, diseases or illnesses out there that you can be a specialist and help people in. So it's very important to remember why healthcare is an important sector. You are helping people who need it the most, really. So yeah.
John, in our days in the United Kingdom live 900,000 people who face issues with dementia symptoms. The researchers said that during 2030 we will have 1,500,000 patients with dementia. This is a huge challenge. Please, we need to pay attention and provide the best to our patients, and not just patients in the hospital or care homes, but in the community as well. Because all these people are individuals in our communities, and we should know how to provide the best quality of care, how to look after them, how to take care of them.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ismini. I think that's a very lovely note to end on. So we'll do exactly that. So thank you very much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the webinar. So I'll just go on to the next slide and give you a couple of tips on what you can do next. So next slide, please. So again, like I mentioned, if you are interested in applying to GBS, why not give us a call on 0208 092 9440, or even email us on inquiries@globalbanking.ac.uk if you have any inquiries about the course prior to maybe applying. We will make a recording of this webinar available on our YouTube channel, should I say, in a couple of weeks. So just bear with us. We'll crop up all the bits where I talk too much, and we'll put that on our YouTube channel for you to enjoy. Now, if you want to find out, actually, and this is what I clear about, what entry requirements, what qualifications you need to study one of our courses at GBS, if you just visit that URL, which is globalbanking.ac.uk/courses, that will give you an overview of every single course. And when you click on it, it'll take you into a course page that, amongst other information, has things like the entry requirements of the course, the advice I've given about student finance in England, and also the kind of modules you'll study, the course content, the type of careers you'll go into. And if you're really looking to find out even more, there's an FAQ section at the bottom of every course page. So have a look at that URL if you're interested in the course, and take the first step really towards studying at GBS. Now, we do love a follow on social. So if you love to see some of the exciting behind the scenes content of what it's really like at GBS, you know, what our students and teachers get up to on a daily basis, please join us on any of the social network that works for you. So that's either Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, to name a few. You'll find us under that handle, which is @GBS Knowledge. Again, our handle is @GBS Knowledge. Just search for us on there, and then, yeah, have a view of how we progress every day, not just as an organization, but also our students' lives. And finally, if you've already applied, congratulations. We are in the midst of processing your application. So you normally have to give us about 1 or 2 weeks for us to process your application, assess the information you sent in about your qualifications, your entry recs, etc. And we're known for getting back to people quite quickly. If you feel you haven't heard back from us and it's been, let's say, 2 weeks, I would urge you to contact our admissions team. You can see their email address there. It's admissions@globalbanking.ac.uk. That's admissions@globalbanking.ac.uk. Just drop them an email, tell them who you are, and just ask for the status of your application, and they will get back to you quite quickly. And of course, if you can't wait that long, you're more than welcome to call us as well. Again, on that phone number you can see on screen, which is 020 8092 9440. And I think that's it. So that concludes our presentation. We really hope you enjoyed it tonight. We thank you for attending. We hope that you took something away tonight. We took away a bit of knowledge that really helped you. Hopefully something that's maybe enlightened you towards this studying a healthcare course, which is, as our academic and student will both testify, is extremely rewarding. Challenging, but rewarding. So yes, we will say goodbye and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I do hope we'll see you at GBS in a few weeks. So Nazia and Ismini, if you want to say your goodbyes to our audience.
Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you. Our students are our inspiration, John.
Yes.
And this is so important. I know that the students normally and often share that, oh, my lecturer inspired me. My lecturer, I would like to share that. And it's the first time during my career that I share that. I'm sharing that. My students are my inspiration, my motivation, and that's the most important for me.
Fantastic. Thank you. So, like Nazia, please become a student at GBS and continue to inspire Ismini and make a change and make an impact in your sector. So thank you, and goodbye from us at GBS. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.